So, as we discussed earlier, a lot of the common barriers have to do with struggling to get staff and other coworkers on board with continuous quality improvement. And a lot of this can be avoided by creating a culture of continuous quality improvement within your program. And this isn't easy, but can be done by making sure there's some key components in your program, which is what we are going to explore in this unit. We're going to talk about a culture of continuous quality improvement through two frameworks. First up, we have the framework from KaiNexus. Here we have a graph from KaiNexus which shows a culture of continuous improvement. Here you see that there's three key areas. There's effective leadership, improvement methodology, and enabling technology. Now, I'll give you, this wasn't created with youth development programs in mind, but I do think there are some key areas that we can take away from this model. Let's first look at effective leadership. First of all, the leader needs to participate in continuous quality improvement. This includes a lot of different pieces. This is assessing. This is creating the CQI plan. This is ordering the new pieces for the cozy area. This is taking the time to go to the play that the students have put on for the new dramatic play area. But participating in all parts of continuous quality improvement. Maybe it's that your staff have noticed that they lack professional development in engaging with families. You should probably attend that professional development as well and support them. Effective leaders also need to talk about the importance of continuous quality improvement, which I feel like I've harped upon a lot, but it's really important that you're discussing with your staff why you're doing the CQI plan, not just saying we need to move to QRIS level 2 because my boss said we have to, but talking about why you are doing the CQI plan, why you are working towards QRIS, why you are improving for your community, for your kids, for your families. Also, ask for ideas about improvement and respond quickly. This shouldn't be something where you create a suggestion box for the staff and they put it in there and you forgot to check it for 2 months. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there were some great ideas, but you don't go back to look. Also, empower staff to make CQI as part of their daily work. Really encourage them to think about what they can do to make the day better for the kids. What can they do to make the program better, the center better, the environment better? They know the program just as well as anybody else. Really point that out to them. And ask for all ideas, not just ones that relate to the bottom line, not just ones that relate to the learning centers or to the SACR score, the app score, but any ideas. And also emphasize the importance of small improvements, not just the big projects. It doesn't have to be some giant end goal in mind. It can be some small little thing that can, it could have a big effect. You never know. Help share ideas. If one person brings it up to you, mention it to the whole group. And celebrate achievements. That's such a huge thing. If something goes well, celebrate it. You are the leader. Get your team together. Talk about all the wonderful things they're doing. A lot of these are effective leadership just in general, but doing this can really help bring about a culture of continuous quality improvement. The next piece of a culture of continuous improvement from KaiNexus is methodology. They want it to be simple, consistent, and disciplined. So there needs to be an easy way to submit ideas for improvement. This could be a suggestion box. It could be that there's 10 minutes at the end of monthly meetings where staff can bring up new ideas they have. It can be that your CQI plan is discussed once a week. And it also needs to be that staff don't have to be experts to contribute. They don't have to be trained in SACRS or QRIS or know what the app tool is in order to contribute to it. They should just be able to share their ideas. It also needs to be consistent across the whole group. They should be able to share their ideas and contribute in any way they can. It also needs to be disciplined. So you need to be able to discuss your CQI plan and continuous quality improvement in timeline. It needs to be discussed continually, not just brought up whenever somebody remembers. It needs to be visible. whether that's the CQI plan is posted somewhere or it's brought up a lot and communicated frequently. The impact needs to be calculated, which means that your outcome is very clear, that you are reflecting on, all right, what was our end goal? Did we meet it? If we did, why? If we didn't, why not? So did it work? Why did it work, right? We're coming back to that assessment cycle. Is what we're doing working? If so, why? If not, why not? And everyone knows and participates in continuous quality improvement. They know what they're doing and why they're doing it. The final piece is technology. And technology doesn't necessarily mean the computer or the iPad or the tablet or whatever fancy materials you might have, but it just needs to be uniform across the organization. And the documents need to be in one location, and everybody needs to have access to the information and documents. It might be that you have a flip chart where you keep everything, and it just needs to be all in one spot where people have access and they know how to get to it. So while this wasn't made with youth development programs in place, this culture of continuous improvement by KaiNexus, it was certainly made for a corporate world. I think it is incredibly relevant to creating a culture of continuous quality improvement in youth development programs. The Center for Youth Program Quality also has some great information on continuous quality improvement culture in out-of-school time programs. I think one of the most interesting things they point out is that systems trump programs. And they say, quoting it, in the sense that policy priorities and organizational capacities appear to have a substantial effect on implementation at the point of service level of setting where adults meet children and youth. So directors on all levels need to be focused on improving quality in the program. If the executive director at the administrative level isn't focused on continuous quality improvement, then it's highly unlikely that the director of maybe the school age program, we're envisioning here a very large organization, it's unlikely that they're going to be able to push through continuous quality improvement. So it's really important that if you're in a big organization, that it's a systematic view that continuous quality improvement is important, and there's a culture of continuous quality improvement. Also, feedback needs to be utilized. This is showing that, going back to the quote from the very beginning of this course, that there are learning moments every single day. That the assessment and evaluation tools that are used with staff, with directors, with anybody, are being used to really help them find those learnable moments where they can say, oh, here's something that I can improve upon just one little bit, and really think about how they can continuously improve their practice as educators, as after-school staff, as teachers to children, and make that little change in their practice. A program who has a culture of continuous quality improvement will also offer professional development. That means that they're always helping their staff improve and look at how they can improve themselves professionally. And also, it's vital that staff are able to participate in decision making. And this will look different depending on the organization and the staffing, of course. But staff should be able to make decisions in one way or another. That might be, what is our theme going to be this summer? Or, we're going to have different clubs run on Friday. What club would you be interested in? I really love cooking. I'd love to do something with cooking. Or I really have a passion for basketball, so I'd really love to teach the kids the fundamentals of basketball. But let them have some kind of decision making in the process, because once they have that buy-in, then they're going to really talk about how can I make this program the best it can be. By doing all of these different pieces, you're really going to see that you can grow the culture of your program to really be focused on continuous quality improvement. Once you have the buy-in of your program and of your staff, it's going to be a lot easier to really work towards continuous quality improvement and really see those changes take place in your program.